Hi everybody, Melissa here with our self-soothing class. And so we're going to jump right into it because this is going to be about 20 minutes long. And of course, the idea here is that you have about 20 minutes to self-regulate before you maybe need to be present for something, maybe a relationship or a work situation. And so we want to assume as though we have this time. And this practice does make a couple of assumptions. So it also does assume that you are home and that you are able to make this time using some of your props and supports around you. And it also, of course, assumes that you are already safe. So if for whatever reason you are not safe right now, make sure that you get help. You are worthy of love and support at all times. So if you need something that is more emergency oriented than this practice, please give that to yourself. So the other thing this practice assumes is that you have lots of props. And so we will need pillows, blankets, maybe a teddy bear. You'll also want some socks. We want to be really, really comfortable doing this practice because the idea is that we're soothing so that we can re-regulate our nervous system. Okay, so the first step of our yoga practice is actually going to be to remove any articles of clothing or accessories that we have on that make us uncomfortable. So if you have some big earrings in, you can take your earrings out. If you have your hair up, maybe let your hair down. If you're wearing anything restrictive, if you have tight pants on, let yourself remove those clothes, remove those accessories, and take the time to put something else on that is comfortable, that will allow you to fully expand into your body as you breathe and to rest comfortably during this time without any disruptions to your sensory experience. And so taking the time to gather your equipment, your pillows, your blankets, a teddy bear. You'll also want to go ahead and dim the lights in the room. Set your devices on Do Not Disturb and fully utilize this time to come back to yourself, to feel more whole and complete and nourished from the inside out. And so the last thing we are going to do before we get into the kind of practice as you recognize it as part of the practice is we are also going to take a full drink of water. And so you don't have to chug a glass of water or anything like that, but we do want to make sure that we are hydrated as well. Sometimes when we feel really unregulated, it is because our body is telling us something like we're dehydrated. So as you assemble all of your stuff, do also make sure that you drink some water. And so I'm going to go ahead and take a sip of my water while you get prepared. All right, so let's go ahead and we're going to begin by building a little nest for ourselves. So if you are breathing heavy, even while we construct this nest, I want you to think about lengthening your exhale, trying to make your exhale almost like a long sigh, letting all of the air out of your body that you can. And so I'm going to start by placing a blanket on top of my mat. And so if you are at home, you can do this in your bed. You don't have to come down onto the floor. Also, something carpeted might be really nice. I'm going to place my blanket underneath my hips here. We're going to come into a fetal position, lying on our side. And so I have a nice big prenatal pillow. And so I'm going to use this and set myself up. I would recommend something that you can use between your legs, like a long pillow. It's also great if you use some blankets rolled up. This sort of pillow here, this pranayama pillow, would also work great. And the purpose of this practice is for you to find where you're most comfortable. So we'll stay in this first position for a little while and then we'll switch to another position, but you can also adjust at any time. And so any of your extra pillows that you aren't going to use in front, I would recommend placing behind you. So we want to create almost like a cocoon, like we're completely encapsulated in this little nest of ours. And so lastly, also grab your teddy. This is my friend Leonard, and he and I sleep together every night, so we are well acquainted. And so we're gonna come and we're gonna lie down on our side. And now you may have a preferred side to rest on. Maybe there's a reason in your shoulder. I'm gonna recommend that perhaps you lie down on your left side so that you are a little bit more comfortable in your digestion. If that's not a side that's comfortable for you, just lay on the one that you prefer. And so again, remove anything that's going to make you uncomfortable for any reason. And then coming down into a side lying position, you can think about taking your legs and pulling your props in between them so that you have some nice support here. And now with our hands, we're going to hold our stuffed animal against our chest. Curl your fingers around your thumb on each hand. And then we're going to kind of hold our teddy bear or a pillow, blanket, whatever you may have against you a little. And so you don't have to squeeze it in so entirely that it's uncomfortable, but you can let yourself kind of hug in and wrap yourself in your own arms. Now, I would also recommend that you place a blanket over yourself at this time, if that would be more comfortable for you. And now, if you don't like having your arms crossed over one another, you can also keep your hands in your soft fist and slide one underneath your pillow like you would if you were sleeping at night. And now you can curl into a little ball here, just kind of safe and secure, wrapped all around yourself. If you're covered, you may feel especially snugged in. And I'm going to ask that you close your eyes now, still gently holding your fingers around your thumb. This is our gesture of stillness. And so we're going to begin by allowing our body to just do nothing, to regulate a little more by coming into the still center of our being. And so we'll continue with our big, deep exhaling breath, taking a full breath in through the nose, and then exhaling and sighing out long from the mouth. Feeling the in-breath press out into your teddy bear as your belly expands. And your out-breath is hot and heavy, releasing as much as you can. Continue breathing this way until it feels comfortable for you to breathe either directly through the nostrils or slowly in and out through your mouth. I would strongly encourage you to breathe through your nose, taking big full breaths in and big emptying breaths out. Feeling the comfort of your snugged equipment around you, having everything surrounding and protecting you, knowing that you are safe on all sides. At any time, you can readjust to make yourself more comfortable. Really allowing the exhale to become longer, slower, and smoother. Picturing your body becoming heavier and more at ease with each out-breath. Like a statue, softly breathing, resting in stillness at the center of our being. Feeling your heart rate slow as your breath lengthens. Notice if there's tension hidden anywhere. If you're holding on to tension in your legs or in your face. And see if you can let it release a little bit more as your breath grows even slower. Your body becomes even heavier. Like a statue softly breathing, I rest in complete stillness at the center of my being. Noticing your hands growing warmer, maybe feeling the gentle heartbeat in the thumb. Continuing to empty the body out with your out breath. Like a statue softly breathing, I rest in stillness at the center of my being. Now, if you would like, you can stay right here. There's no need to move if you feel comfortable still. If you feel like you might be ready to change positions, or you know that your time is more limited than just 20 minutes, you can start to stir a little bit. Begin by pulling the thumbs out from curled underneath the fingers, and maybe give your fingers just a little bit of movement under your pillow. You can blink your eyes open a couple times. And then as you feel ready, we're going to roll over onto our back, taking all the time you need to move in that transition, no rush. And now in this position, you have a couple of options. If you would like, you can just extend the legs, take a pillow underneath your knees. You can place the soles of your feet together if that would feel more comfortable. And we'll rest our thumb just below the navel and let the palm of the left hand turn up towards the ceiling, supporting it on a pillow or blanket, making sure that everything is comfortable underneath you, that there's no places where bone feels like it's pressing into the ground. Everything is supported, everything is rested. Breathing in this new position, feeling a sense of nourishment, knowing that you can take these time outs, these gentle pauses, to prevent yourself from becoming overwhelmed, to have a better approach to whatever comes next, moving forward from a place of ease instead of a place of angst. Still allowing your exhaling breath to become deeper and deeper still. I am completely at home in the center of my being, feeling the breath rise and fall into your right hand if you're lying on your back. Allowing yourself to feel completely at home as you are, resting with purpose and intention, completely at ease, safe, secure. I am completely at home in the center of my being. If you have more time, I would encourage you to stay where you are and continue to breathe for as long as feels necessary. If you must bring your practice to an end, and your knees are open as mine are, use your left hand to slowly close your left knee over your right, rolling towards your right side. And then moving very slowly and taking your time, press into your top hand and come up to a seated position. Placing your hands together in front of your heart, use this opportunity to repeat any of the intentions that we've been using in our practice already, or set a new intention for yourself, stating clearly what you need to move forward. It's been my honor to guide you through your practice. Touching our thumbs to our forehead, we're reminded to live with an open mind. And bringing the thumbs to our heart, we're reminded to love with an open heart. May you go with ease. Namaste. Thank you.